This is Shadow Holguin, others known as Brandon Holguin, and we're continuing some more Hiveswap, and we're going to continue narrating all the possible item combinations with the environment, and maybe this time have some actual progress. The faster I do this, the faster we get to progress, but I'm doing all these for you guys, so you can get every possible bit of fillers dialogue possible. I'm like that. Anyway. Here you go, Clarissa. Give these to your pet baby alligator. That thing is going to be a problem for you one day. You don't have any Clarissa pogs. Sadly, probably because these are actually Jude's pogs, not your pogs. Jude is more of a Ferguson than a Clarissa, obviously. You give Jude a lot of sass about his pogs, but maybe just oh no, wait, I already read this, pardon me. You gently place a pet treat inside the cottony belly of your sweet puppy surprise. There, so much more efficient than crushing it up with your hands and trying to force it down her non-existent esophagus. Note that you would know anything about that, of course. This is where you have kept some of your most precious treasures, so you're not going to be befouling it with your brother's cardboard trash discs. Except that Scully one. In she goes. It's a cute idea, but it wouldn't be safe. A pet might smell the treat, get all excited, then try to chew their way into the medkit and hurt themselves. There's a little pair of scissors in there, after all, and some peroxide, and some gauze. None of that is good for pets to try to eat. No pogs in this batch feature a junior veterinarian, or any veterinarian really. It's all just cartoon characters and graffiti gangs. All your clothes have a sealed emergency pouch of pets' treats, tucked carefully into the pockets at all times, except the ones you're wearing. You already gave those treats to your dog earlier to address the emergency that they looked very cute and did a nice trick. Luckily, you had these backups squirreled away in the hall closet, and all of your other clothes in this closet. Oh. Ah yes, the perfect accessory. The one thing you looked was missing. Some pogs! You'll make sure to put some in here. Your clothes closet, just as soon as you've settled the other minor obligations you have. You kind of tap the pet treats against the open mouths of the baby animals on the poster to simulate the process of feeding them. Tastes good, doesn't it? You're almost certainly ruining their suppers. Deal with it, moms. The momals would never let their little babies enter near pogs because it would be a choking hazard, and also because the momals clearly have a great taste. Your computer isn't a pet, but it is a treat. Well, sometimes. A lot of other times it's just really frustrating. You wish there were some quick and easy way to buy pogs using the computer. Then you could maybe sell those for some fast cash. eBay. Oh, no. From the back of the box, the bold, invasive genetic procedures that produced the manthrochaps and all their resplendents also left them with a debilitating allergy to almost all forms of sustenance. Feed your manthrochaps from their wet whistle flasks or not at all, lest they separate, then separate. You're not 100% sure what that last part means, or if it's an actual thing your dog can do, but you are 100% sure you don't want to see it. These little relics of cultural offal are so far beneath his dignity, you are unsure he would even perceive them. Make a little hazard. Make a little stack of them and he'd be sure to slip the invisible hazard, possibly falling to his death, when enticing a perplexing mystery of the Manthrochap Justice Division. Forgive my, sometimes I skip to the third line instead of the second one, which is a bad habit of me reading. It's just my brain going on me. Brain bags don't need treats, as they are but seats and butt seats. This chair is already occupied by a again, I'm failing, by a distinguished manthro chap, who would not tolerate the insult of proximity to such garbage. I need to go back because I forgot to tap dance everything. I mean, not tap dance, ballerina everything. I did all of them and them. I didn't do her. She's overwhelmed by the beauty of your movements. She's definitely crying on the inside. You might look inside just to confirm it. Yep, that's one damp, salty womb. Ew. So, you had a whole choreographed routine for the chorus of the theme song. 2, in fact. 1 tap, 1 ballad. Ever since the show ended last month, it just makes you sad. Oh well, Alex Mack is pretty cool too, you guess? It looks like you might miss tomorrow's episode though. Well, whatever. The preview said it was going to be a big, dumb big dance pilot. You hate those. You guess one day you'll have to choose which... Oh, okay, so some things pop up just the same thing. We're in a hallway... Yeah, your slippers are in a hallway closet. You don't actually remember how they got there. Kind of weird in retrospect. It's a cute idea, but babies aren't really ready for dancing. Even animal babies, who are a lot more capable than, say, human babies. Human babies are kind of pathetic and helpless and all things considered. Ballot and computers spend enough time with either and you'll experience a lot of clicking. In all seriousness, the sensation of clicking hips is no joke, and you're glad you've been lucky enough to not experience it in your personal ballot journey. Ugh. My tongue, it's coming out of me. It's slowly slipping out of my body. You don't want to upset upstage and rainbow cuteness performance. They're really putting their hearts into it. Okay, I already did that. Yeah, okay, I already did those. Wait, maybe not the microwave. It's hard to remember, even though it was just a moment ago. You sure do have a lot of girl stuff. I guess that's because being a girl rocks. You love it. You love to do ballet and make cakes and solve puzzles and study medicine and beat the bejesus out of monsters with your flashlight and sick kicks. You know, girl stuff. At that point, I think it's, assuming we've gone farther, but in reality we just went back. It takes a graceful step to avoid tripping on these as you make your way across your bedroom in the dark. Luckily, you have grace to spare. Lots of these games have cute pets in them, as cute pets, yes, no, is one of the primary criteria in your purchase matrix. Like 60% of these are Mortal Kombat, but that's less of a game and more of a long national nightmare of excessive violence and mediocre gameplay. Burn. You gently place a pet treat on the eject. Okay, that was really fast. Jump, press it and up and down a couple times to make. Okay. Press it a couple times, making it bounce a bit. Excellent. You retrieve the pet treat. That text box was way too fast. Whoa. Wow. It's the best and worst toys in the entire house. Maybe in the entire world? Maybe in any world. Okay, let's not go crazy. You mush the pet treat against the TV. You like to do this when there's a cute dog in one of your games. Or a cute cat. Or almost any other animal, really. They don't even have to be cute. You just like doing this. You're a real weirdo. Some pogs feature characters from TV shows, but you guess that's more expensive because a lot of them are just random garbage, as opposed to the others which are licensed specific garbage. I forgot if I did this. Press this heirloom of from your beloved mother clinks roughly. Okay. Clinks roughly against the screen. You clink it a few more times again. Again! You don't know what's come over here. You stop. Alright. It takes a graceful step to avoid. Okay, it's just the same thing as the cartridges. The TV is hooked up to your SNES and nothing else. So the only music you could dance to would be video game music. Not to say you haven't, of course. It's just kind of embarrassing. It's amazing the way the publishers have been able to gracefully sidestep releasing this game in your country. You are sure that if they ever do release it, their marketing campaign will be just as graceful. Oh boy. Oh boy. Can you make friends with the enemies in Second Mom? You hope so. A game that'll let you befriend your enemies instead of killing them would be just the best in your book. Undertale. You read a rumor on the net, a ridiculous rumor, that there might be a second Mom Pogs, scratch and sniff ones. You were so mad at these outrageous lies that you immediately turned your computer off without even shutting it down first. You didn't even regret it much. You're not going to encourage this guy any further. Yeah, there's some Bubsies in the mix. A branding synergy forged in the fires of hell. You envision the pet treat slowly, carefully descending to complete a line. The line disappears, but the treat lingers. Ain't that always how it goes? Block Hustle is a much better game than Pogs, which can barely be called a game at all. Oh, she's a treat, no mistake. Just look at that smile, that dress, those legs. Okay, you don't mean to be a perv, but jeez, Ginger. 5 husbands and no kids. Old Ginger has the right idea. No kids, no stupid crap like Pogs all over your nice hardwood floors. Ugh. The part where you get to be friends with a cute baby monster was the best. You never actually finished this game, but you assume the cute baby monster eventually goes off to Monster College and becomes a monster doctor. It's beautiful. Well, if it's referencing the Super Metroid series, then no, the baby does not go to college. Sorry, Joey. Oh, the bounty hunter has no time for garbage discs. So he's too busy being incredible, and good, and strong, and brave. Oh gosh, you don't know if these are safe for luck dragons. Just kidding, everything is safe for luck dragons because they are not real, and as such are not ever in any actual danger. They would make great pets. This movie predated the whole Pog explosion by like a decade, so there aren't any Pogs of it, a big point in its favor, frankly. Oh, it's a treat, alright, but no pets allowed. Looking at your hot steppin' poster and then at these stupid Pogs, it can be hard to believe you and your brother are actually related. You don't really dwell on it though, because you're already back to looking at your poster. Princess Chica has the best treats. All the wooden magical animal companions are so exciting when she opens up her treat basket galaxy. Shares them with everyone. It's your favorite part, besides the healing. You love the healing. All the heals. No, Magical Animal Companion Hero Rescue is a Japanese Japanimation, and you do not have Pogs in Japan. You think. You haven't personally checked or anything. God, you hope there aren't any. There are. Acorn Shadow would bite your entire hand off, up to the elbow, probably even. If you so much as dared approach it with a treat. You'd be spurting blood everywhere, scream like the Dickens, and the shadow who clops would just be standing there, guzzling your hand. The colorful aesthetic and slightly too dark for children tone of Acorn's Shadow lends itself well to Pogs. You're forced to admit, it doesn't make you like Pogs more, it just makes you like Acorn's Shadow a little less. The Tale of the Haunted Pet Treat. That's all you got so far. You're still workshopping it. Nope, they don't have Pogs in Canada yet, lucky jerks. Luckily, polite, sweet, socially conscious lucky, polite, sweet, socially conscious jerks. Oh boy, that socially conscious stuff comes back to bite them at some point. Anyway, enough political talk. They don't quite fit. Maybe you could use them to block a column, adding an extra level of strategy to the game, and adding an extra layer of treat crumbs to your carpet. You suppose you could fit Pogs in each of the little windows and make a miniature Pog museum? If you're so inclined. You're not, though. You're more inclined not to. Sprinkling crumpled pet treats on your desk sounds like a great way to get a bunch of new pets. Some ants. I hate ants. Ants could die. Screw ants. I'll join the freaking bug Earth Defense Force game, the fictional army of that, just to kill the ants. You don't want to get this garish garbage anywhere near your beautiful print. What kind of dog would she be? An in-pointer? Wow. Wow, that was terrible. I think that's everything. Almost everything. Hold on. Wow, wow. Rude? Neither you nor your mom look like any kind of pet. Jeez. Your mom wouldn't have liked Pogs. Your mom had style and grace and taste. Ah, if only you'd given a treat to your dog when you had the chance. That is another treat. More treats. Lots of treats. Treats for days. All the treats in the world. You'll have another chance, of course, because your dog is fine. You just... You're a little worried about your dog out there, regarding any and all past instances of treat withholding. You've never played Pogs with your dog. That would be ridiculous. You hate Pogs. Nothing in here about all the treats you've given your dog. Outrageous. Why are diaries never useful for that kind of thing? It's always just a bunch of baloney about feelings when what you need is a pet snack's data. Nope, you're not writing anything in here about carrying around Jude's Pogs. Frankly, you're already forgetting about them as hard as you can. Despite... Whoa, what are these weird garbage discs in your hand? You sell them in your pocket for later disposal. I was about to say despite holding them everywhere. And trying and smashing them. Oh, I didn't do the ballot. Didn't do the ballot. Almost left without the ballot. I did that, TV. Okay, no. You of course avoid thinking about Bubsy. It's an exquisite use of your skills. Block hustle, like ballot, is from Russia. Okay, ballot isn't from Russia, but they do a lot of ballot there. And you like to form connections between the things you're interested in, even if they are a little tenuous. Ballot and tap? What is this, 1937 Ginger Rogers film, Shall We Dance? No. No, it is not. It is Star Avenue. Ballot demands strong legs. Probably even more so if those legs are covered in powerful armor. Some must have very strong legs. Tone too. Thinking about those legs, Joey? Thinking about them a bit much. This movie is kind of like Ballot in that it's beautiful and pretty long and kind of sad, and it doesn't really make a lot of sense, and then it just ends. Also, there's a big white dog, although that similarity might be unique to your personal Ballot experiences. What? No comment with... Okay, well, I guess not every single poster has a comment. Princess Chica sometimes dances with animals, and sometimes she dances with her cousin, Baroness Kitsune. You aren't actually sure how they're cousins since they don't seem to share any other relatives, but they sure do mention it a lot, especially when they're dancing close. It's a good thing we're cousins or this would be weird. They'll say mouth's not moving. Okay, yeah, that's more localization. Bullcrap. Princess Chica sometimes dances with the animals, and sometimes she didn't. Oh, I already did that. I meant to do Acorn. Honestly, that's just like 90s paranoia, making sure no one sees the two ladies dancing despite there being hot stepping right there. Anyway, grace and power, light and dark, virtue and vice, the duality of Acorn and her shadow would make for a pretty great ballad. Assuming the dancers could adapt to performing in a two-person horse costumes. Ooh, pardon me. Shadow. Just like my name. Oh, ballad is already very spooky. Like 90% of ballads are about a doll coming to life, or a swan trying to kill a clown, or something surreal and vaguely upsetting like that. Don't let it bug you, lose yourself in the moment. You get one chance to get it all. The ballerina's print is your inspiration. She looks so graceful and fluid. You hope to one day look like either of those things. Alright, we're done here. Time to continue forward with story. I wasted well, it's not wasted if you guys enjoy the narration. despite me being awful at it. But let's continue on. Pa used to be great with animals. I wonder what happened. Maybe a betrayal? No! Impossible. Look how good that dog is. That dog never betrayed anybody in his entire life. You would stake your entire reputation on it, the whole thing. Beck? Ugh. You can't even look at this picture. You deplore cruelty to animals. One of the many ways you and your father never saw eye to eye. One of the other ways was how he never actually looked at you much, let alone at your eyes. You and Jude have a lot of fun memories of your babysitter. By now, probably more than Mom and Pa combined. You'd always thought of her as the kind of cool and fun older kid you wanted to be, until you got old enough to realize she's a pretty sucky role model. You wonder what her family's like, but it's probably not in your place to ask. Mom is the picture of grace and radiance, and Pa's just Pa. Seriously, has he ever changed his look? Sometimes you wonder if he was born with his spectacles and mustache. Or at least one of the two. Hey man, maybe he was. There aren't any pictures of the three of you together, so you tried to make one through the art of composition by hanging these three solo photos together. It's kind of like there's a photo of all three of you. Sorta. A lovely diptych of school portraits. The laser background, the bad hair days, simply perfection. Jude puts the dip and diptych. Better, you mutter to yourself. Just an unreal burn on the unsuspecting chump, but he probably wouldn't even get it. Come to think of it, maybe neither do you. I don't know what a diptych is, but I'll look it up after the next video. Pa and someone you presume is his sister. Nobody's never mentioned. Not that the two of you talk much. Kind of weird to think you might have like a second cousin out there you never met. Maybe she died young. The old-timey times were pretty rough. Hey, look. There she is. Oh, Jake. Jake and Jane. Jane and Jake. I think it's Alpha, Jane and Jake. Yeah, whatever. You and your very good dog. Aw. Ooh la la. That there mom is looking tris magnifique. When you grow up, you hope this is what mirrors will look like. She does look pretty. She does look pretty. That's redundant. Ugh. You're about to mess with these portraits, but on second thought, you decide to take a closer look at them. Okay, we can't do anything about that. I doubt you'll allow us to... Nope, okay. Come back. Let's keep going! This guy, what's he so happy about anyway? His expression probably made more sense in its original context. That is to say, whether tomb or temple or whatever that your pa plundered him from. Tomb or temple or whatever. Sorry. What a happy snake. Let's give treat to happy snake. The snake is a statue and cares little for treats. You, for your part, care little for snakes. Why? Cleverly dodged a serpent, but you're not surprised. Ballet is, after all, the preferred school of dance for such a venture. Tap dance would probably just agitate a snake. If you had to get past one, which is very possible, likely even. Huh, you're about to think some snarky quip about how these two things are obviously not related, so why would you try to use one with the other? Jeez. But something about this key does remind you of snakes. Weird. You have a feeling those two things aren't really related in any practical way, though, what the heck are you thinking? Were you thinking? Trying to use them together? Doesn't even have a keyhole. Come on. Oh, wait. That was weird. You put a pong in the servant's mouth. Nothing. You reach to pick it up. It's gone! What the heck? Is there something mysterious about the statue? Could it be a... Oh, no, wait. There it is. There's the pong. It was in the mouth after all. Oh, well. Seems the power is out. That should make the trophy room quite the adventure. Which is to say, not quite the adventure you wish you were having right now. Oh, what can we look at? A beanbag chair, super comfy, and thankfully not filled with real beans. You could take a nap, but you kind of got a lot going on right now, you know? Oh. Well, it would seem the power's out. Classic psyops. Or what? Credit where it's due. Best way to destabilize countermeasures. Leave you in the dark. Literally. Over. Not literally. It's still like late afternoon. I can see fine. Should have no trouble getting to trophy room then. Over. Fine then, Mr. Mission Control. Yes, great. Over and out. You give it a good strong kick with your powerful leg. It absorbs the blow and doesn't seem to be too shaken by it. A formidable foe. It's too unevenness, too much give. You break your ankles. Like, well, ankles. You dig your heirloom into the chair, tearing a little hole in it. It's full of styrofoam, not beans at all. You're crushed, but you should soldier on. No pets on the furniture, even on the furniture. Pogs, beanbag chairs. Boy, it sure is the current year that you live in. 1994, you mean? There's the big screen, got the cable hooked up and everything. It's your home altar, and your method of worship is listless vegetation. The gods reward you with glimpses of the divine, Clarissa, Alex Mack, and the cool green lady from Reboot. You really like her. She's cool. You like to dance to ballad videotapes while no one else is in the house, which is pretty frequently. Your babysitter has her other job. Jude has his treehouse and his other friends. You have your dancing and your puzzles, but there is someone else in your house tonight. Lots of someones, so you best keep on your toes, literally and figuratively. Doesn't seem like a great time. Besides, nothing they play on TV is ever any good to tap to. And the only tap dance videotapes you have are Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers movies. The tap dancing parts are great, but then you have to sit through a bunch of boring boy-girl stuff to get to the next part. That scratched the screen! And more importantly, might scruff the edge of your precious heirloom. And for what? For what? Sorry, you're just a little on edge right now. TV has a habit of displaying cute animals, especially when you're in charge of the remote, but it is not itself an animal, cute or otherwise. No, these things are basically the opposite of TV, and you don't want to cause an explosion. What? I don't even know. It's just your old portable cassette player, complete with headphones. Jude can occasionally be found using it to even further isolate himself from reality. The dead batteries, of course, seems to be a running theme. You need your ballad skills to avoid the monsters with headphones on. You never hear them coming. Death by Enya. Your would probably end up reincarnated as a rose trapped in an iceberg. Plus, the batteries are dead, of course. It's too. Oh, I know. No, Jude. No. Jude left one of his tapes in there, and nobody can tap dance to Enya. Especially with a pair of dead batteries in the compartment. Holding your heirloom in a cassette player, you could swear you briefly heard some tiny music coming out of the little headphone speakers. But the batteries are dead. Right? You double checked. They're definitely dead. That was, weird. Possibly not quite dead batteries or not. It wasn't even turned on. Mysterious key. This cassette player, like most others, asks only for batteries, not processed animal byproducts shaped like little bones. Sorry, cassette player, you're fresh out of double A's, triple A's, the whole A family, really. You know well enough that any attempt to interfere with the pogs with the cassette player would be futile. Not only Not even a compact disc player can make use of these particular discs. Sorry. Alright, I'm gonna end it up here. We're gonna continue more narration and probably inch the next room over. We're going baby steps, baby. Alright, see you guys next time. Bye!